The goal in this problem is to decompose a function that's been given to us. So big F of x has been given to us as 3 plus the square root of 5 minus x squared. But we're told that this is actually a composition of functions where f is our outer function and g of x is our inner function. So our goal to decompose this, what I would usually do is I start by looking at the problem and saying I want to pick out something that's attached to basically the entire function that's given to us. Well, I would describe this 3 as being attached to basically that entire square root. All right, so that's going to be part of our outer function. To get started on this, I'm going to go ahead and say, well, 3 plus some unknown thing. And wherever I put an x, I'm going to replace that with whatever I give for g of x. All right, so in this case, like x is basically just like a placeholder in the outer function. So if I replace that x with the entire square root of 5 minus x squared, if that went into x's spot here, then we would get the original starting function. Now on this one, it's a little bit tricky that that's not the only correct answer. We could actually play around with this a little bit and come up with some other correct answers. All right, the 3 is still going to have to be part of the outer function, but what if we put the square root over simply an x? All right, now whatever I put in for whatever's underneath the square root is going to go as our inner function g of x. So in this case, we could say, well, 5 minus x squared could go in. If we put that all in x's spot here, then sure enough, it would give us what we wanted for the original function. Now in this one, there is one more alternative answer, and all 3 of these would be correct. Just to be clear, you wouldn't have to give all 3 of the answers to get full credit on an exam. In this case, we just kind of keep zooming in. That's how I like to visualize it. So it's 3 plus, if I bring along the square root, but instead of just putting x under there, what if I put 5 minus x? Now I'm thinking to myself, what would I need to replace x with to get us back to the original? Well, we could put an x squared in x's spot, and that would give us the original starting function. You can't go and just make one of them x, and then the other one the whole thing. That's kind of against the rules of decomposing a function. So I hope this helps out as you're thinking through decomposing functions. This turns out being an important skill later on when we get to some more advanced calculus stuff. So hope it makes sense. Hope it clicks. Good luck.